being a sports manager or in terms of being someone who's handled a team at a national level franchise, I've managed a team called Ahmedabad Defenders in the Prime Volleyball League.
And also, I wanted to ask here. You started with football, right? You started as a player, or you were playing football for fun, or whatever your passion is. But you did sports management for volleyball also.
No, I did for sports management for all sports.
For all sports.
There's no particular sport.
I wanted to convey this message that this is not sport specific. You just have to be, even if you're watching, you are viewer, sports viewer.
The principle of sports remains the same, right? You can win or you can lose. That's in sports. Any sport. There's no sport which will say that it's a draw and that's it. End of the game. Of course there is, but then you still play another test or another game to eventually find who's the winner.
Correct.
So always there's a win and a loss. It's one. I'm talking about team sports in particular, even individual sports. Again, you have to work hard for every sport. Some principles of sports is unanimous across all sports. Every sport has got its own attire, own rules, own regulations. There is no sport without rules and regulations. So what you have to do is you have to understand about that sport. You don't need to be a master in that sport. You just need to understand the intricacies of the sport and then accordingly frame your plans. See, and also at the same time, it's a lot of logic and a lot of basic sense also involved in sports. So for example, when you talk about, say, a particular event that is being conducted for cricket. Now here, if you know the rules of the cricket, it's not going to help you. What you need to do is how to handle the crowd. What should be the presentation ceremony looking like? What will be the ambience for the crowd? And this, nothing has got sports. And this doesn't even involve the rules of sports. Of course, if you're an umpire or a technical staff of a team, you need to know the rules because it is important. Otherwise, if you're a non-technical staff, you need to be good at what you do.
Correct.
It is not necessary that you need to know everything about that sport to work in that sport. And I know many of the people that work in the sport may not even have played that sport but are fantastic when they come to their work. They're good at what they do. If I'm good behind the camera, it doesn't need, it's not required that I need to play the sport. I just need to ensure I show the right angles. And if that's the thing. So again, in terms of what I want to
say. So I just wanted to ask one more thing is, we have introduced, we have made our students know about what is sports management and what are different categories involved in it, and what kind of passion or what kind of drive they need to have if they want to pursue this career. So, do we have such kind of academies which can help students, or students can pursue this kind of a career by going through some degree or some course in here?
Good question. See, there are, again, as I said, for me primarily, I would say to any student who's watching this, please do an internship first and then look to do a career or in terms of doing a degree in sports.
So that we can have an idea
of what you
if I'm really for it.
Correct. You could even do an internship in your basic local tournament also, it's okay. But as I said, once you do that, then you can do a degree. In terms of offering a degree, there are multiple ways of doing a degree. One is, of course, doing it physically, going to a college and getting a degree, an offline kind of a model. Another one is an online model. Also, these days, many people also go abroad to do sports management, which I would say, do it if you're extremely confident of what you want to achieve at the end of it. In terms of just going there and because they have got wonderful sporting tournaments and leagues, I'm going to England to do sports management because I want to watch the English Premier League or because there is an English Premier League. Don't go with that objective. Go with an objective of what you want to achieve at the end of it. So I would mostly deter students from going abroad to do sports management. It's okay to do it. If you're getting a good scholarship, it's okay to do it. And in my case, for example, I got a scholarship to study at ITK Leipzig. It was a brilliant experience. But at the same time, if you're getting that sort of scholarships, because it's very expensive to study sports, and at the same time, European countries still don't value India as a nation when it comes to sports, to be very honest. Except cricket, because we're really good at it. But if you're talking about working in football in Europe, or if you're talking about working in some other sport in Europe, they already have experts. So talking about Indian experts coming into football and improving things, they'll say might as well you do it in your own country where you need more people to work on sports. So I would suggest it's better, that should be the third option. In terms of primarily academies or institutions that offer sports management, There is IISM, which is Indian Institute of Sports Management, International Institute of Sports Management rather now, in Andheri. There is another one in West Bengal called IISWPM, I think so. There is one institution called Ironwood. There is another institution called NASM. There are online companies that offer sports management as part of what they offer. There is Sportjo, there is other companies as well that offer. And again, you can always do courses from there. They're all genuine companies. None of them are genuine institutions, organizations. But as I said before, that you need to understand what you want to achieve through sports. Your objective has to be clear. Then you can accordingly make contacts and network. And Keshav, to be honest, network is the biggest thing here. The right network will lead you to the right jobs. For that, you have to be, you have to open up, speak to people about why are you into sports, and keep growing. That's how things work.
So, what is the package or what is the salary package generally people get in this? I want to know average. I'm not talking particularly about any particular category, but on an average, what kind of salary package people get?
So, see, to be honest, there's also good news and there's a bad news for the kids here. I mean, the good news is the sky is the limit. Okay. You can keep growing. It could be any amount. It doesn't matter. If you're really good at what you do, then you are going to get a good amount in terms of where you want to work. It could be 5 lakhs a month, 10 lakhs a month, 15 a month, depending on what kind of role you're working as. That's the good news. When I talk about the bad news, the thing is you start at a very low level. So unfortunately, as compared to your conventional things, becoming a CA, a pilot, a engineer, those are proper roles. Start off at a good level of salary. When you're talking about sports, you may be probably starting at an average salary of 10, 15, 20,000 a month.
Okay.
If you're really good at something, maybe 30, 40,000 a month as well. Okay. But not more than that. I'm talking about someone age 22, 25 or even 21, 24, you will be probably earning around 20, 30,000 a month. Okay. But if you're good at what you do, and I tell you that for sure, in the next coming 10 years or 8 years, you could even go and cross a certain amount more than what an engineer, CA or other fields are. Okay. The growth is very fast, but it completely depends on you. Okay. How well are you at your job? Okay. And other things as well. It's similar, right? For example, if I'm managing an IPL team, I'm a coach, and my IPL team wins, then I'm going to command more money the next season. Yeah. And if I'm coaching an IPL team and my IPL team loses and finishes the last position, now I know that nobody's going to ask for me the next year. So again, it completely depends also on the team performance or your company performance as well. Yeah. That also matters.
So as we were talking about sports management being an umbrella term, there are different categories. So is there any priority? Can you prioritize the categories, or every category is same if when it comes to a salary package or when it comes to a student deciding a career? So there is no priorities, you cannot set priorities. That's what I'm trying to ask.
I understood. See, salary packages, yes, you can prioritize. I mean, if you're a player, you're going to earn the most, of course. I mean, again, comparatively, even if you're a CEO of an organization, you'll probably earn somewhere closer. But of course, the players are the most essential commodity of the sport, because without the player, you cannot play the sport. Yeah. So players are going to always be the numero uno. They're going to be always the first, the highest earners in the bracket. Yeah. Otherwise, then you've got coaches, then you've got support staff, and then all of the others who were working in the non-technical field of sports, as a CEO, as a marketing personnel, as an administrative personnel, as a finance personnel, all of those guys are going to earn decent amount of money as compared to what a normal, regular. But again, depends on what kind of role. If you're a marketing head, then you're going to make that amount of money. Yeah. For an assistant marketing head or someone who's an intern, you've got to work hard to reach there, and it's going to take a lot of time. And again, as I said, the performance of the team also matters. It's like a Bollywood film, right? If I'm part of continuous 5 hit films, obviously I'm doing something right. Yeah. Which means more people will want me, because they will think that, okay, this guy working in my film for sure is going to ensure that I'm everything is right. Yeah. So if I'm a CTO or a CEO of a club and that club is winning the ISL, now I'm going to be surely sought after by the other clubs also. Yes. Because kuch to acha kar raha hai, something is doing right, because he's the CEO of this club and they're winning the ISL, or they're winning the PPL, or they're winning the PBL. Correct. Which means I'm going to get more value wherever I am. So that's how it works.
So category doesn't matter.
Category doesn't matter. What matters is how good are you. So for example, if you are someone behind the camera for a broadcaster, he's broadcasting it really well. Now somebody's going to pick it up. Wow, beautiful angles.
Yes.
This guy is what I want. He's got excellence. Again, even social media, for example, right?
Yeah.
If you're going to have a team that's doing really well on the social media angle, a lot of engagement, fans are commenting, there are competitions going on, the followers are increasing. Everybody's going to ask who's managing the digital media.
Yes.
So that guy is going to be sought after.
Correct.
So if you're good at what you do, then the growth is, the sky is the limit.
Okay.
If you're not going to show results, and the good thing about sports is the results are very tangible. You can actually feel those results. You can see them. It's not like you cannot see them. It's like, if you're not doing well in social media, the followers are going to dwindle. It's going to decrease. Matlab nahi kar raha, you're not doing well. If the followers are increasing, if the engagement is increasing,
things are going well. Yeah.
That's all.
So, like for any career, there is a setbacks. There are drawbacks also. Okay, there are setbacks. There are drawbacks. So what do you want to suggest? Like, or what do you want to talk about? Like, what kind of drawbacks these careers are having?
So see, when I talk about drawbacks, there are actually a lot of drawbacks when it comes to working in sports. Nothing to make anyone feel scared or kuch nahi hai. See, to be honest, drawbacks are, it's not very secured as a job.
Okay.
When you talk about, as I said, we spoke about conventional jobs like a CA, an engineer. It's a very secure job. You're going to get your salary at the end of the month, whatever happens. Here, for example, budgetary problems. Team may have the owner, change midway through the season, or some issue may happen. The budgets may reduce. You may all of a sudden have lesser salary than what was promised to you. But you still have to continue because you're following your passion. So you will have a lot of issues like that. But what keeps you going is the passion. Again, if sports made the same amount of money as what banking did, everybody who loved, everybody will choose sports. Nobody will take that risk.
True.
There is risk in sports. And it's again, higher the risk, little bit higher the reward. So that always that correlation is there. So as I said, the setback for me majorly is we are not very good in all sports. So right now only cricket is the more lucrative sport to work in. Other sports are slowly building towards it. But for that, India needs to be successful at the top level. As I said, performance of the players will indirectly impact the sports growth. Other branches also.
So like personally, what kind of experience you have? You have gone through so many phases. Definitely you have worked for how many years you worked in
10 nearly.
10 years. So you have seen you might have seen many ups and downs also. So what is your journey? What is your experience? What do you want to share with our students?
See, first thing I would say is be persistent in whatever you do. And if you have decided you want to work in sports, that's the biggest experience I've ever had. No matter what, it's your decision. So you have to face the consequences of your decision. So don't ever be worried. My friends are earning this much, or people that I know and I have taken sports. It's your decision. Now if you have decided you want to go into sports, take a complete plunge into it. Now you have decided you're going to jump in the water, then completely dip into it. Don't be half here, half there. Take that risk, work hard, persist. And at the same time, be very clear about what you want. You have to understand that you have to be very rational about what you want. You cannot expect at 22 that you will be the CEO of an ISL club or an IPL team. Not going to happen. At 22, you will be somewhere who will be an intern working, getting his foot in the door. At 30, maybe you can reach here. Of course, I'm not saying that there is an age to reach everywhere. You can even probably expedite that process. But at the same time, it's important for a person who wants to work in sports to understand that everything will come with time. You have to keep building your skills, honing your talent, and when you get the right opportunity, you have to perform.
Great.
It's like a player, right? If you get the right opportunity, if you don't perform, you may score 100 centuries in the Ranji Trophy, but when you talk about getting an international opportunity, you may not perform that day. Everyone is going to question the ability. Likewise in sports management also, whenever you get the opportunity, you have to perform. And till the time you don't get the opportunity, you have to persist. That's the thing.
Thanks, Siddharth, for giving this important information about sports management. Definitely, when we are scrolling through our Instagram accounts also, I was getting a lot of these feeds of sports management, sports analysts. So I wanted to do this podcast so that our students must be definitely getting such kind of feeds. So I want to inform them about this career also. This is also existing, guys. And Siddharth very well said and very well informed, and you are given enough information. And I should say important information as well to understand better what is this all about. So guys, this is it for this podcast, and I hope you know what is sports management or what are different categories involved in this career, and now you are more informed to take a good decision about this career if you want to pursue. So see you next time with new professionals so that you can have one more experience of your career and you will be in a better position to decide your career. Thank you very much. See you next time.